We are here. It is the day. It is Stanley Parable Deluxe Day. Odd Garrett is on hand to dispense brute justice. So thank you for that. Although, if you do have to leave, that's also okay. I've got the little backseat warning on the screen. And also, I did, just for today, like, I normally wouldn't have this on, but I turned on follower-only mode on the stream so that somebody has to follow for 10 minutes before they can chat. I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal, but we'll see. Anyhow, the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe Edition came out today. It looks like it did give me, I assume, it said on the store page, I think, or the checkout page, that it was a discount, I assume, for owning the original, so it was only like $17 instead of $25, because I was a little worried, right? I was a little worried that, oh, what if I get this and it's just like, you know, another 2 or 3 hours of the same kind of content. It doesn't seem to be on. Or did you... I don't know. I thought it was on. Anyway, we'll figure it out. Now it is. Okay. Thank you. I was a little worried, like, what if there's only a tiny bit of content in here? But I trust Davey Reedon, right? Don't I? Certainly. Maybe. Have you played the Stanley Parable before? I have. I noticed that under the Steam like tags for this, that it said horror. Did they pull an Outer Wilds? Am I going to hate this? How's this? Can you guys see that computer? I'm gonna leave it there. Get the hell out of here, you can't read my computer. This is some shenanigans. I guarantee this is some shenanigans. Look at that. Or wait, is my screen dirty? No, that's there as part of the game. Also, my screen is dirty. Both screens. Invert Y on, of course. Turn those down a little bit. Oh no, narrator volume, that's fine. Ambiance doesn't need to be that loud. Oh, borderless? Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. WASD, it's exactly what I didn't want. Jump? What kind of game is this? Wait. Oh, it can't reassign a key that's already... Is that what's going on? I don't know if I've ever run into that problem before. Where it's like, nope, can't. I'm just going to cancel and pretend that you pushed the key that I said you pushed. Crouch, you say? Simplified controls? What? Rebind controls so interactions don't require specific buttons. I don't know what that means. Language? Translate labels on top of what is that? Nope. Oh my. Oh, well there was the... Okay, yeah, that's normal for the Stanley Parable. Wait a minute. How do I get the achievement? Is that not in here? Oh, this is frankly a downgrade.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment.
I wonder what it said on the screen just there. It looked like I maybe could have read it if I paused.
Exactly for this job. And Stanley
Was happy.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation.
It all does look very,
Very
nicer.
clear.
It's more HD.
Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
I cannot jump. Doesn't work. Crouching works.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Also, I don't know if my frame rate is... I'm going to turn down... So, well, I'm going to turn the narrator volume up a bit more. There we go. Doesn't need to be that nice. There we go.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
So yesterday we played through the original and got all of the endings, or nearly every ending. And we started with obeying everything first. I think today...
This was not the correct way to the meeting
We'll do the
room,
opposite.
and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
But not drinking the soda, because I don't have any money. Stanley is very poor. Because he buys all those drugs.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings.
Man, soda machine.
Really worth it. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Nuh-uh. That way? Nah.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side.
That's a little funky.
Give me a chance.
Just the way that the sides of the railings are together, you kind of bloop when you walk past them. Literally unplayable. Fortunately, still within the window to refund this. Didn't happen there. No buckets past this point. About to break that rule, too.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
No.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
Sure didn't.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
Prow.
Right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place.
You've had 10 years to build this.
Exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did.
Oh, maybe I
And
shouldn't have played it
was all for
yesterday.
nothing, because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What
I want to
would make
jump.
this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin. Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
Average.
Oh, of course. A 3. Really? Maybe next time we can get you to form an actual opinion, you know? Any level of critical thinking or engagement with your surroundings? Does that sound good? Think we can do that? Yes? Wonderful. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Good old Neil. He's very good at the game. Should I do that? Should I be the first person to get the HD baby? Rescue the HD baby for 4 hours?
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up. In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you
Plant.
give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
I shall not.
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
Lost Ark, I hope.
Aha! Fascinating. What do you think this game is about?
It's Firewatch, which I never played.
Backstory?
I never
What's
actually
your
played
motivation?
Firewatch.
Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower, perhaps for some sort of twisted erotic purpose. Yes, that must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley. And it seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
Savine, hello and welcome. No jumping. No sprinting. I assume, anyway, that this is Firewatch. Should I get that game and play it? Maybe.
Oh, no. No, it can't be. It is. It's an open world game. Good God, quickly block it off. Oh. Goodness, Stanley, what a close call. You nearly wandered off into that thing. That big, open, just wandering around, no right or wrong directions, no path to follow. You can just go in any... Oh, thank heavens we avoided it. We're out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game. Preferably something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls.
Attack on Titan.
Oh,
Where you play as the
I
Titan.
think this will be just the thing. Wonderful. See, this is exactly what I had in mind. Just a nice big box for you to run around in.
Oh,
There's
Rocket
any
League.
possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed. Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball?
Digital
I think
sports.
it's sports ball. Oh, what fun. We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together? Yes, I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
But which team am I on?
Are you doing it? Are you winning? Is this fun? Is it better than my...
I'm going to do a
sport that I
sports.
worked so hard on? Stanley, I have a thought. And I realize I'm not a sportsologist, but if one ball generates a certain amount of raw adrenal pleasure, then surely multiple balls makes for an even more euphoric sports experience. I'm going to try it out. Here comes another ball. Yes! Oh goodness, that really does feel amazing, doesn't it? Stanley, I'm like a child in a confectionery shop. I simply have to have more. I'm insatiable. More balls!
Ah. I actually really love referring to all sports as sports ball. That's a thing that I've always done. Preow.
Stanley, are you having fun? Is this a real video game? Well, I sure hope you're having a good time, because guess what? It's over. That's right. Your little fun comes to an end. This is my game, and what I say go. Hold on. What are you doing?
Oh.
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come back.
I didn't know that I could do that. I wonder if if I kind of missed out on something by running away while he was talking. Rah. Imagine if we had fallen down into the non-deluxe version. But no, we fell into the Half-Life 2 version. Boop, boop, bop, boom, bop.
what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Bop. So yeah, I think maybe I'll go for that one again real quick.
When Stanley came to a set of
Even though unfortunately there's no like really good way to speed through it, but I do want to see if he would have cycled through some more games if I had hung around. Like, is the Minecraft and Portal part totally gone?
This room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
Well, I kind of wonder,
does... that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but
since we already did this, I'll talk over him a little bit.
Nothing but you all this time.
Is the game better for having that
Really?
like having a more interactive thing? Like it's fun when you go through and it's, you know, oh, it's a little Minecraft, it's a little Portal.
I don't know how to convince you of this.
Not that I had like a game to play there, but was it more?
Let me prove it. Let me prove.
Was it more fun? Did it, or actually more than fun? Did it get the point of the
Stanley walked
of this path better?
Perhaps you misunderstood.
No.
Stanley walked through the red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked. All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted?
Because now I'm also wondering, like,
story I had written out specifically for you.
This ending is probably the one where like the most things happen in the original.
For nothing,
some of the other one, you know, you do the
here, Stanley.
dream ending where he's like, oh, I must be sleeping, I'll have to try and wake up. Like,
made this game better?
You don't really do or have to do anything.
Trees? Work with me. You give me absolutely nothing so far.
So I wonder.
Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback.
Well, we'll see.
There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin. Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here. Aha! You see, I knew I was onto something. Where do these flashes of inspiration come from? How did I know the game needed a third door? Well, it's instinct mostly, a calling in your gut. I really couldn't say where the idea came from, except that I felt it in my soul. You can't teach that, Stanley. Don't even try. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look. Now, would you say that competitive
it was the worst
helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some play testing. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up. In this game, the baby
So what do we want to do after this one?
towards danger.
You'll go down
You click
and
the button
go
to move him back to the
through...
right.
No,
As
actually,
he
we'll do the
reaches
normal.
fire,
We'll do the normal
you
obey
fail.
everything
It's a
ending this
very
time.
meaningful game, all about
See
the
if that
desperation
changed at
and
all.
tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course,
I also wonder
the
why
game
it
only
asked at the
becomes
beginning,
clear
have you
once
played
keep
the
playing it
Stanley
for
Parable
about 4
before?
hours.
Like,
So why don't
is
you
there
give it
anything
4
that
hours of play to make sure it's
that
effective?
decision
Be
actually
sure to keep
changes?
notes on your experience. You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out.
2
I'm
babies,
out.
clearly.
I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing.
More
Your
doors
input
equals
was
better,
extremely
and more
valuable.
balls equals better.
Okay, since
Therefore,
my game's
more
so
babies.
awful, why don't we play someone
That's
else's
awesome.
game, just to ease the pain? Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot. Aha! Fascinating. What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's
Ooh,
our
Firewatch is the
backstory? What is our
Firewatch.
motivation?
Ah,
It
that's the
seems
S thing.
obvious to
I didn't
me
even
that
notice
you are
that the
meant
last
to play
time.
as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower, perhaps for some sort of twisted erotic purpose. Yes, that must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley. And it seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
Also, I don't think Firewatch was an open world game.
Oh no. No, it can't be. It is. It's an open world game. Good God, quickly block it off. Oh,
Couldn't make it.
thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call. You nearly wandered off into that thing. That big, open, just wandering around. No right or wrong directions. No path to follow. You can just go in any... Oh, thank heavens we avoided it. We're out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game.
I wonder if you can, like, open up the console and no
Something
clip
with nice,
and go through
big,
these walls,
insurmountable walls.
right? Maybe that's content.
Okay, I think
Because there's the
this
whole...
will be just
There is... there's one ending we didn't go and get last time, and that was the
wonderful. See,
the
this is
cheat
exactly what
ending.
I had in mind.
If you
Just
open
a
up the
nice
game
big box
with
for you to run around in.
a
There isn't
command
any
line
possibility that you could get
thing
lost
that
here.
says
Now, this
enable
is
developer
game
console
design.
or whatever,
Stanley, if
you
you
can
want
open
to
up the
get
console
this
and
game,
turn
I
on
will
cheats
be
the same way that you would turn them on in
impressed.
Half-Life. And if you do, it teleports you into a room where he scolds you.
Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun. We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together? Yes, I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
Oh,
Are you
you
doing
can-
it? Are you winning? Is this fun? Is it better than my miserable little story that I worked so hard on? Stanley, I have a thought.
Look at
And
how fast
realize
I
I'm not
am.
a sportsologist, but if one ball generates a certain amount of raw adrenal pleasure, then surely multiple balls makes for an even more euphoric sports experience. I'm going to try it out. Here comes another ball.
I did a bad job.
Yes. Oh, goodness, that really does feel amazing, doesn't it? Stanley, I'm like a child in a confectionery shop. I simply have to have more. I'm insatiable. More balls.
It's gonna be a tie.
Are you enjoying this, Stanley? You you having fun? Is this a real video game? Well, I sure hope you're having a good time, because guess what? It's over. That's right. Your little fun comes to an end. This is my game, and what I say goes. You get to have fun when I let you, Stanley. Besides, you need someone like me to set boundaries for you. Without rules or boundaries, video games are nothing. Yes, that's what I am. I'm structure.
A little on the nose.
Purpose. And since you decided you didn't want to play my game, now I don't want to play with you either. So, goodbye, Stanley. I'm leaving. See how you like it when I'm not around to set the rules. Somehow, I don't think you'll enjoy it as much. But who knows? You're an inventive kid. You'll come up with something. After all, you're the one who knows best. Take care, Stanley.
Oh, maybe that is it. And then you just, if you jump down the thing, you can leave and finish the ending. So no Minecraft. And no other portal. Does he really not say anything else? Come on. Say something.
Hold on. What are you doing? Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come back.
Okay, so we still get that. Begin the game again.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Bam.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Now where?
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly
Let's...
well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first.
Oh, that's right. I was going to obey this time. Nope. I changed my
The lounge
mind.
was sublime, a work of art. What was it about this room that called so deeply and so personally to Stanley? But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Alright, so we'll maybe...
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy.
I could jump off, that's always fun.
I realize that investing in your trust, but in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Alright, now we'll just go straight through.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. when Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
I wonder if he's gonna say something about, like, maybe this is where, like, oh, you played the previous Stanley parable and you went in the broom
Stanley
closet.
stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track. There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
I feel I'm gonna have so many fewer reactions. I just did all of these
Stanley
yesterday.
was still just sitting in the broom closet.
It was perhaps a
He
bad
wasn't even
decision.
doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA. Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here.
I do like that they've the subtitles look nicer now. They display less text at a time, and they've got the the nicer border around them.
Choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it. Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friend, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favourite." I hope your friends find this concerning. Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers. Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone.
That could never happen. I'm drinking Rockstar. It has guarana and B vitamins, just like it says on the can.
Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. They have fallen prey to any number
Very
of
healthy.
countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of
Keeps
the
your nervous
long-term
system fully
sustainability
intact.
of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway. Ah, second player, it's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you. You too? Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Emergency bathroom. No, executive. Soap. Boop.
Staring into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Wait. Oh. Is there a floor there? I can't even see. There is. It looked like just a shaft to fall down.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Whoops.
No.
Never mind. Stanley actually got back into
Could
the
you do this
elevator
before?
and went back up. Silly me.
Silly me.
Why did Stanley do that when he knew that it would just lead back to his boss's office? Well, that's a great question. I just can't wait to find out.
I don't remember if I ever tried that before, but no, this is new. Certainly this is new. Right?
Here we are, Stanley. It's your boss's office. Exactly the way it was before you got onto the elevator. It's still just exactly what it is. What a decision you've made to come up here and look at the office again. This has fleshed out the plot of the story in new and fascinating ways I could have never anticipated. It's that keen eye for storytelling that you have, an incisive rapid fire of critical plot points, one after the other, weaving a rich tapestry of uncompromising narrative. Wow! I'm bolted to the edge of my seat. Incredible. Now he's getting back into the elevator and going down again. Ladies and gentlemen, how does he keep coming up with all of this?
How do I keep coming up with all of this?
Surely this time Stanley will walk forward into the spooky corridor, won't he? Did you think we were going to go forward down the spooky corridor? No. It's time once again to go back up in the elevator. I can't even begin to grapple with what might be up there. Is it the boss's office again? Or what if it's the boss's office this time? The suspense is killing me. Oh my God, it's the boss's office. This absolutely changes everything for me. Give me a time out here for a minute while I process this. Okay, I'm ready. I'm prepared to embrace this stunning revelation and to move forward with... No, wait. No, I need more time to process.
It sounds a bit earthboundy to me,
I have
which
fully
is
come to terms
kind
with
of the
it.
same thing.
I have made space in my worldview for this astonishing new reality. As before, I turn to your expert eye for gripping narrative, Master Stanley.
Master Stanley. I like the sound of that.
Of course. Going back down in the elevator. How did I not anticipate it? I mean, sure, now it's obvious, but you have to understand that 30 seconds ago, this kind of thing had never been attempted before. I had no frame of reference to even anticipate it. That's just how revelatory Stanley's decision-making is.
Revelatory?
A breath of fresh air in a landscape of storytelling that has grown stale and repetitive.
I'll do it again. He didn't say anything. Oh, nope, there we
You know
go.
what? I've just thought of something. Hold on, let's stop for a moment. Don't you realize? It's the anticipation, Stanley. You and I, we have no way of knowing what will be at the top of this elevator. But the suspense, the agony of waiting and anticipating and having to guess, that's the real thrill. Oh, I simply don't want to let that feeling go. It's so precious, so fleeting. Why don't we take this elevator ride nice and slow? There we go. Isn't this so much more exciting? You know, Stanley, it seems like nowadays the only thing that audiences want is to be shocked as loudly and frequently as possible. They want big, explosive moments flung right in their faces from the very moment that things get started. But where's the tension? Where's the trust in the audience to build a slow and nuanced appreciation for the story, the characters? Why aren't we given time to imagine the surprises, to have to think and to anticipate and then to marvel at the eventual reveal? This is storytelling, Stanley. What you and I are doing right now. This is the most exciting narrative to be developed in years, and it's really all because of you. You're the one who took this bold step of revisiting the exact same locations over and over. Truly, I mean it. This is unique and different. It's not like anything else out there. You see, I want stories that surprise me, Stanley. I want to have to think. I want to be engaged and not pandered to. We're being fed such unimaginative drivel all the time, and we all know it, which is why we're so starved for content that makes us feel sharp and vital and alive. That's why people like you so much, Stanley. Because you're not afraid to spit in the face of tradition.
That's
You're
me.
a role model, you know. People look up to you. Which is why, though I didn't know when to spring this on you, but, well, I've gathered a little press conference for you, so that you can talk about your work and your storytelling and your life. Yes, I know you're not much for the public eye, but I thought it would especially mean a lot to the people who have been following you from the beginning. They really look up to you, Stanley. I don't know if you realize the impact you have on them. This is the kind of gesture that might leave a tremendous impact on them for the better. Oh good, we're here. Okay, the room where we're holding the press conference should be just around the corner here somewhere.
All eyes on Stanley, live on stage. How we did it. The pyramids, live. The guy who went to Mars. That's a repeat. I already seen that. Stanley reveals all in his new book. Leaving with world peace, baby. Honestly, heard that guy's a
here
bit
it
of a
is,
jerk.
Just through this door.
Stanley Parables, Stanley, tonight, live on stage. The man, the process, the myth, the legend, the parable. Stanley. from the Stanley Parable. Q&A of world's first sentient machine. Very nice. What if I got back in the elevator, though? What if I were to do that? Oh, it's closed. I thought that was a basketball on the Mars guy's picture. I thought he took a basketball to Mars, but it was actually Mars in the picture. Doing great. Conversation with Alexander the Great.
All right, are you ready? I've told them you're going to speak a little bit about the nature of surprise in storytelling and what it means to craft a truly unpredictable narrative. Oh, don't worry. You'll do great. Just be yourself and speak from the heart. I'm really proud of you, Stanley.
Up again, down again.
It looks
The
like they're
Stanley
ready
story.
for you. Go get them.
An unforgiving account, misspelled, of ups as well as downs. Elevator. Highs and lows, isn't that what life's about? Stephen Stairs Walker. 5 stars, Star Magazine. Congratulations, Stanley. Remember where you came from. Your coworkers. Story, Stanley, me, Dad. No. Does it say Dad? I don't know what it says. Thanks for showing me that cool skateboard trick in the parking lot. You are too cool. Good luck on stage. Rock on. Break a leg, champ. Your boss. I love the way you ride elevators. No one tells stories the way you do. Get 'em, Tagger. Stanley, my true love for you grows every day. You make me feel alive. Your wife. From the apartment ending. Wish you were here. The freedom ending. I went to the mind control facility, and all I got was this lousy sticker. I played the demo. Adventure awaits. 8-427. Narration. Official Narration Airlines. Okay. Oh, look at that. It's a little... Oh, it's a putting green where you putt down the adventure line. How lovely. An audience with the dude who came up with pizza. It's like, what if one day, instead of not pizza, we had pizza? Seems obvious in retrospect. Oh, that was the end. Very well.
Hello. This is a recorded message scheduled either by you or a person in your place of work. The purpose of this message is to warn you about the dangers of recorded messages. If at any time you believe you are listening to a recorded message, please terminate it immediately and cease all flow of information from the recorded message into your perceptual sphere. Thank you, and have a pleasant day.
Boop. That's what I think about that. Assholes. What if I walk past it? What if I just say nah?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
New content.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Oh no, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time.
And then I left.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office...
Now I wonder if that was a really
Stanley
rare
was stunned
Easter
to
egg or
discover
something.
Not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
Very nice.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
I almost wish that there was something new that you got for walking past the new content.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Sure I did.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
So is it here maybe? Do I have to stand like... Where?
Now the monitors
Didn't make
jumped
it.
to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley...
Commune error beep boop.
eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life...
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get the disco Easter egg, but I guess I'm not fast enough, or I was doing it at the wrong
The heart
place.
of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Sure I would. Wouldn't I? Wouldn't you? I wouldn't. But I will.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand,
but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Or did I? I can run away. I can make it back. Oh, no I can't. What if I simply stand here? Is that an ending? It is not.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.